Motherfucking gentlemen, it has been a hard road for Papa Boris here. I finally drafted a good Paladin deck, and then lost a bunch of bullshit games. So that sucked. Let's go ahead and play some Mage and see what we can do. Starting off with Trash Knife Juggler. It's an easy pick. Lots of good cards here. These are all very good. The Mana Worm can sometimes win you a game because it gets out of control. If it doesn't get out of control, though, it's just a 1-3 for 1. It's not super great. This is a Chillwind Yeti. I do like it a lot. Let's go ahead and grab this thing. I know it might seem crazy to pass on these key mage cards, but I don't want to go for like the maybe you'll get a random win type of cards. I just want to go for something that's going to be solid all the time. Man, I would happily take either a Mana Worm or a Sorcerer's Apprentice here. This is all terrible trash. I guess we'll take the Snapjaw and just be really grumbly about it. This guy is interesting. I mean, mages do like spell damage. I could take another one of these. Let's grab some spell damage. I seem to underdraft that a lot as a mage, and it is nice to have. Arcane Missiles, I'm not a big fan of. It's random. It's sort of like the Mad Bomber. I will take a Mirror Entity. That can sometimes be terrible, admittedly, but sometimes it can really screw your opponent up. Here, over these mediocre cards, we'll take a Mana Worm. And here, we'll take the only playable thing and be kind of grumbly about it, because it sucks. I could take another mediocre 3-drop, but I think I'll take the Arcane Missiles here, because I don't really want more mediocre 3-drops. Let's take a Silence. Make sure we have one of those. This is the only playable card. And these are all solid. I'd happily take either of these over the, like, Snapjaw, or the Dalaran Mage, or the Mind Control Tech, or the Young Priestess, or the Arcane Missiles. So that's a little bit scary how the second and third best cards here are better than, like, 6 of my picks, but we're going to take Flame Strike because it's Flame Strike. Oh my god, what is going on with this draft? Jesus Christ. I guess we'll take this. It's the only remotely playable card here. Take the 4-drop with Divine Shield, and some buffing is good. It's nice to get good creatures. Have to pick between a Flesh Eating Ghoul and Fireball. Well, I'm a bit low on removal at the moment, so I think it'll have to be Fireball. Let's make sure we have some endgame by passing on Mana Worm number 2 and taking Stormwind Champion instead. Alright, the Tiger is really great, but I'm going to take the Water Elemental, even though I have a spike at 4 mana, because their total stats are almost the same, and the Water Elemental freezing in the 6th health is just really amazing. Do I take more spell damage here? I don't actually have that much spells. We'll take a second Dark Iron Dwarf. Oh god. Well, I'm really spiking 4 mana, but those are like the only playable cards here. Okay, we'll take the Kirin Mage over the Vaporize, I think. Mana Wraith is a consideration, but the Kirin Mage is very good 3-drop. 4-3 is really nice. And I might even get a free Mirror Entity out of it. Polymorph? Sure. Okay, Frostwolf Warlord with this curve is not really supported. Shattered Sun Cleric isn't even that supported. I've only got 3 drops below 3 mana, but it is really great. So we'll take it over the mediocre, or over the card drawer. Let's take a Frostbolt here for some removal, because we do desperately need it. This is fine. We need some endgame beyond 4 mana. Okay, here we'll take the Tiger over the Water Elemental. Do I take Polymorph or the War Golem? Well, let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, we don't actually have that many big creatures here, unfortunately. The number of big things we have is a bit small because you have to discount the Flame Strike. It's not really a creature. So crazy it is, I'm going to take the War Golem here just to make sure we have some endgame. We are in dire need of 2 drops, so the Sorcerer's Apprentice is good. Ice Barrier is just awful. We'll take a Mirror Image because that can be a big pain in the ass to deal with. Okay, I'm not going to take another War Golem. We'll take a Frost Nova here. It's nice to have one of those in the deck, and we're going to pick up an Argent Commander at the end. So I'd say it's pretty decent mage deck. We have all the key cards. We didn't get any of like the top dollar rares like Blizzard or pretty much just Blizzard, but it's fine. I could definitely win some games with it. I can see myself going to 7, or if, you know, the bullshit that's been plaguing me for the last day continues, I can see myself also losing it, 2. We'll see what happens. Let's just not make too many crazy predictions and see what happens. My gold, as you can see, is inching very close to 2,000. My win percentage is down to like 52%, or my success rate. And my success to hit 9 wins has dropped below 33%. It's down at 32. So the stats have been dropping all over the place. People are getting better faster than I am, it seems. Moose Tracks the Paladin. Alright. Well, we'll get rid of this just because it's so terrible. I don't even want it. But we'll keep the Mirror Entity for 2 reasons. Number 1, if I draw the Kirin Mage, I can play this for free. Number 2, I hate my life. Number 3, it buffs the Mana Worm. Oh my god, those Paladin games. If you want to see an arena of failure and disaster, take a look at my last Paladin run. It was a marvel. I'm playing this one pretty much right after the last one ended. Even though I have things to do, I'm like, nope. I can't end my day of Hearthstone with that. That is just an unacceptable way to end the day. Alright, Paladins have pretty much no answers to this. Not on turn 1, even with the coin. If he plays a 3-2, I can use this plus hero ability to trade them out. If he plays a 2-3, I'll do nothing. If he plays that. Okay, Knife Juggler is a good pickup. We are on curve. Paladins still don't really have any good answers to this until the next turn when he can coin out one of his innumerable good 4-mana cards. But he could play Charging Murloc here to kill off the Knife Juggler. Coining a 3-drop, I wonder what that is, a Wolf Rider maybe? Not sure what else he'd coin out. Tauren Warrior, interesting. Not sure why he'd do that. I guess it makes a certain kind of sense now that I think about it, because the Knife Juggler can't kill it, and even the Mana Worm can't finish it off. So if I had Mirror Image here, that'd be great. I could get 2 knives, and then even if they both whiffed, or even, as long as one of them hit, I could, even if they both missed, this would get buffed to 2-3, and I could pick this guy off. As it is, I'll have to play Mirror Entity to buff my Mana Worm, and I have to trade this off, which is a bit sad. Now the good news is that he used his coin, so no coin here. He's not going to get 2 Silver Champion or Hammer of Wrath just yet. He has to wait. And then I have options here. I'll copy whatever 3-drop he plays, if indeed he even plays one at all. So 3 mana spell for a 3-mana creature, and then I'll be able to use Dark Iron Dwarf on either the Mana Worm or whatever the Mirror Entity is, if indeed there is a thing that is dropped. Wolf. Alright, it's pretty good. I'll take a Wolf. It's a bit overpriced, of course, but it's pretty good under the circumstances. And he's got a Seeker that's probably Noble Sacrifice. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and see. I don't need the Dark Iron Dwarf here, so let's check for Noble Sacrifice. It's not Noble Sacrifice, it is Redemption. Well, Redemption is pretty unholy bad against mages, because they can just ping it off. This does mean I didn't play my 4-drop, but I think killing his thing was better than playing a 4-drop. And I also think that I want to keep this Wolf around. I could have traded the Wolf and played a 4-drop, but I like the idea of just keeping the Wolf and building up a little bit of card advantage here, even at the expense of my board. Darkscale Healer will be nice. If he makes a recruit, I can use the Wolf to kill the recruit and then heal back up. Okay, looks like that's not going to happen. He's just going to use his whole turn to kill my Wolf. That does give him card advantage, though, so he kind of gets some of the card advantage back. Okay, we'll play the Darkscale Healer here to get my Mana Worm back up to the full health, so that means that it can now mop up recruits. A 2-3 at this stage of the game isn't that impressive. I have no spells to buff it up anytime soon, so recruit mopping up duty is something I'll be happy to relegate to the Mana Worm while allowing my Chillwind Yeti to get the beats in. Ah, the Cobra. Does he have a buff for it? He has a Divine Shield. Well, it's a very clever play, because what this does is it means that if I ping off the Divine Shield, the Mana Worm's not big enough to kill this without a spell, which I don't have, and then the Mana Worm's going to have to die. Unluckily for my opponent, I have a Dark Iron Dwarf, so I can buff my Mana Worm. It's done its job, and then I can kill that thing, because you don't want to let Paladins keep creatures. And I'm above Consecration anyway, so there's really no reason for me to keep this guy around. Let all of his Divine Interventions and Argent Protectors and Dark Iron Dwarves rot in his hand. Well, I drafted this War Golem over something. Like, did I take it over like a Polymorph or something? It was something good, I think. I was thinking about it, and that's nice now because I get to play it. And if he doesn't have a Humility effect, it's pretty much lights out. We'll see. Oh, will it? Well, he's gonna get to keep a creature on the board because while I play the War Golem, I don't get enough mana to also ping this off. I could have played the Tiger instead to ping off his recruit, but I think putting a 7/7 down is a pretty good move. We'll see what he can do of this recruit that I chose not to kill. Stormwind Champion's going to be the Ball Dickens in a moment here. Humility? Oh dear. I think he just pulled a Papa Boris here. He got his 1 mana Paladin spells confused, I bet. He wanted to probably humiliate the War Golem and put Blessing of Might on the Silverhand Recruit. Those are both 1 mana Paladin spells. Watch it, I bet that's what it is. No, it's not. I guessed wrong. I wonder, maybe he just looked at Humility and like he has a Blessing of Might in his deck and thought that's what it was. Well, that is going to be unfortunate for him because I can almost win here. What do I got here? I got 8, 15, 18. Let's just do this. I have so much health, there's no way that he can kill me this turn. And this is a real mouthful for a Paladin to deal with, even having creatures on the board. Now, had he humiliated the War Golem, I would have, I guess, used the War Golem to clear out one of these recruits. Yep, there's the Blessing of Might. Okay. So poor guy got his Paladin spells confused. This happened. I've done it myself. Happens to the best of us. I think one time as a rogue, I played a preparation instead of a coin. That was really awful. Now, this doesn't actually matter because I win no matter what, but technically he should have killed the Stormwind Champion. The Stormwind Champion was responsible for more damage than the War Golem was. Stormwind Champion contributes 9 damage, the War Golem contributes, 8. Okay, let's just use Fireball here. This is a very nice Paladin. He's giving me a well played. Moose Tracks the Paladin goes down. A pretty nice start to the arena. Of course, they can't all be like that. But so far, so good. We just had lots of quality creatures there. Pretty much, well, from the beginning, the Mana Worm, all the way through to the end. A bit lucky, of course, getting that Mana Worm. I think it's my only 1-drop, is it? I can't remember. I think I have like an Arcane Missiles and a Mana Worm. Maybe I have like a... Did I take a Voodoo Doctor? No, I don't think I took a Voodoo Doctor. I think I took something else over it. Alright, well, let's hope we see no more bugs. Let's hope we see a minimum of bullshit. And you know, it'd be nice to get up to 9 wins. It's been a while. I really appreciate those of you who've been watching all my last 5 runs or 4 runs that have all sort of sucked. It just sort of happens sometimes. Alright, Xandor the Shaman is our next opponent. Happy not to be seeing any mages. That's always nice. Mirror Image will be a nice early play. We'll send the Fireball back. We'll send back the Mirror Energy just because it's bad early on. It's better later. We'll keep this because it's a 3-drop and I might not have any others, although it's not my favorite 3-drop. This is another card that can be accurately classified as not my favorite 3-drop. So, if I draw a Mana Worm, that'd be nice. Instead, we'll just have to content ourselves with a Mirror Image. Dark-Eyed Dwarf is really nifty with this, but unfortunately, I don't think I can save the coin for it. Unless he flips the 1/1 totem and I have a productive use of the Fire Blast, I'm going to be coining out one of my 3-drops here. He actually did it! Well, alright, so I'm just going to kill that off. I think I'd rather not use my coin. Especially with the Dark Iron Dwarf in my hand, because if he plays a creature with 2 toughness, I can coin out a Dark Iron Dwarf, use the Mirror Image to kill the creature off. Now, if he plays a creature with 3 toughness, which is likely as he is at 3 mana, then yeah, we'll just leave that alone, and we'll play a Dalaran Mage. Knife Juggler. It's interesting. Dalaran Mage, the spell damage is totally irrelevant right now. I'm not using up my mana that way, although I could coin Hero Ability to pick this thing off. So is a coin a fair trade for a 1/1? I think so. We'll do this. Although, I guess I could have kept it around and see if I get lucky with a Mind Control tech, like if he plays a 2-drop and a Totem. Yeah, that would have been a reasonable play as well, but I like taking this off so he has one less thing that he could potentially be buffing. So the Knife Juggler is bravely hiding out behind these Mirror Images. It doesn't matter because he gets hexed. Honestly, that's fine by me. It's a very, very powerful spell, the Hex. Alright. I wish I'd kept my Mirror Image. Well, this is the stronger card, so I'll play it. Since the Dark Iron Dwarf wouldn't have really done that much here, I could have gotten this down to 1 health and then tried a Hero Ability next turn, I suppose. I figured it was more worth it to just put more power on the board. Wow, Hex number 2. Man, this guy has a lot of hexes. He's using them liberally. Now, I don't have enough mana to Dark Iron Dwarf and Hero Ability, sadly. But actually, that spell damage totem is threatening enough that I will use one of my Epic Frogs here to kill it. Let's play a Mana Worm while we're at it and pass the turn. Well, this game is going alright. We made it to turn 6 without much of an advantage, either on cards or on the board. I guess the Frogs don't really count that much. Fire Elemental is a pretty good card, but we do have Flame Strike coming up, and that'll be just fine. Okay. Well, I'm gonna do this, and let's go ahead and just... Let's think about this. Fire Elemental, I could have killed it with a Fireball. We'll hang on to the Fireball, though. Let's actually kill it off right now. And then swing for 2 with the Frog for the first damage of the game. So now, if the Razorfin Hunter goes into the Frog, I can pick it off next turn with Hero Ability. I could have used Fireball to kill the Fire Elemental, and then kept my 4/4 on the board. That would have also been a reasonable move. I like having this on the board, though, because it means that if he plays 5 toughness creatures, as is not terribly unlikely, the Flame Strike will kill them in one fell swoop, which is really nice. Another Fire Elemental. Well. Is he actually going to use a Rockbiter weapon to finish that off? He is. Damn it. Well, that makes Flame Strike a lot less enticing because the Fire Elemental now survives. But what I'll do here is ping off this, Fireball this. So neither one of us is really getting ahead this game because we've both been using single target removal. So notice how cards are pretty much the same. But because he was the first player, the advantage is his, simply for him being the first player. Because he gets to play first onto the empty board all the time.
The light protects.
Well, he's got a bunch of junk here. Okay, suddenly it's a lot less junky. Do I play the Stormwind Champion here? That seems a bit foolhardy. Let's just play a major beefcake and that thing. So, the Argent Squire can of course kill the Sorcerer's Apprentice, but this guy should survive. He's used so much removal, like 2 hexes and a Rockbiter weapon and 2 Fire Elementals, or 1. Yeah, he's used 2. I Fireballed 1 and Dark Iron Dwarfed the other. Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ. Well, my hope is that he'll play a totem here. Oh no, he's gonna run into that. Don't do that. No, let me use Mind Control Tech on you. God damn it. No, it's not gonna happen. He's not gonna totem up. Wow, this Shaman, well, he kind of has the luck I've had sometimes with, Jesus Christ, with the removal. So I could Flame Tongue, I could Flame Strike, of course, but I think I would actually rather steal something here. That seems awfully good. Now we're gonna steal a creature. It's not bad. And I'm gonna play the Tiger. So now, with Flame Strike, I can clear out everything he has because the hero ability will finish off this Fire Elemental. He's played 3 of the goddamn things. And if he plays any more stuff that dives to Flame Strike, like totems or other little creatures, then all the better. A big creature now is what would really wreck me, but I do have a Polymorph in here somewhere. So I could still top deck my way out of the dire situation. Neither of us has really ever drawn any cards. We've both just been playing off of the top.
I wonder.
He's gonna put some damage on the Fire Elemental, which is just fine by me. Does he seriously have more removal? That's like the 3rd hex. Holy crap. Alright, is he gonna play any more creatures, or is he gonna hold back out of fear of Flame Strike? Well, a smart man, holding back out of fear of Flame Strike. What I'm gonna do, though, is this and Frostbolt. Because my Tiger is the king of the hill on this board. So I'm putting my opponent in a do-or-die situation. I mean, either he plays more stuff, like the stuff he's holding on to, and have it die to Flame Strike, or he just lets my Tiger terrorize everything he owns. It'd be nice if I had an extra mana. If I did, I would have totally played the Stormwind Champion, but I think it was more important to kill his Fire Elemental. Are you goddamn kidding me? Jesus Christ, this guy has nothing but removal. He has literally nothing but removal. That is insane. Okay, what's his last card here? It's a Feral Spirit. Okay. Stormwind Champion is a risky move because he has 5 damage on the board. Well, actually, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to play the Stormwind Champion. I'm going to ping this off. So he has 4 damage on the board. He has to top deck more damage, and, like, how could he possibly have any more in this deck? Seriously. He's played, like, 2 Rockbiter weapons, 3 Fire Elementals, a Lightning Bolt, 3 Hexes. He can't have any more, can he? He has more. Oh my god, he actually has more. God damn it, that's actually just good enough. He can now... Oh my god, what is he doing? Well, my opponent drafted a god tier Shaman deck, but he played it wrong. He should have absolutely run these Spirit Wolves in and killed the Stormwind Champion. You don't let your opponent keep Stormwind Champions around. Alright, well, that's that. I should have... Oh my god, I forgot to attack with my hero ability. I was so excited that my opponent screwed up. I forgot to use my hero ability. Anyway, yeah, I should win now. It's gonna take a miracle for him to catch back up. Okay, well that was a rough ride for sure, but it's all good now. Alright, his stuff's frozen. I've got the kill next turn. He's already played 3 hexes. And he would need a 4th here to have any chance.
Do you need a blessing?
Young Priestess. Alright.
Played.
Well, that was a hell of a game. I'm glad I took the Frost Nova. That was a nice bit of insurance. And that is that for Xandor the Shaman. Well, he had a ton of removal, but if you're wondering how did he have so much removal and still lose, all of his removal was single targeted and he never had any card draw. So you can't, this is just a general point about Hearthstone, you can't call a deck a control deck if all you have is a bunch of single target removal. For a deck to really qualify as control, you need to have global removal or you need to have some sort of card draw so that you can get a card advantage against your opponent while also killing his stuff. Now, I'm not saying my opponent was trying to play control or anything, I'm just saying the reason that he lost, despite seemingly having an answer for all my plays, is that he never drew any cards and he never had any 2-for-1s. So since he never built up any card advantage, I was just able to ride him out and I had the better cards in the end, and that was it. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and or subscribe if you did, and I'll see you back here in a bit with the rest of the games.